OBS bisa lebih ini nggak sih?
OBS bisa dia layout kanvas.
Ini adalah ini aja. Sudah ini. Type-C, akan duit Type-C sih coba. Ini ada. Also, the green parts on this interface do glow under black light, which is a cool addition. But yeah, this is basically for instance, of this particular event that does lay it down so low with lid. Just remember, it may look plain,
O-nya 2, U-nya 2.
gold here.
7. Pakai Y. FU. FU. Nah itu. 1 subscriber. Thumbnail. Ada.
Terus bisa dong. Edit thumbnail. Ntar aja lah. Some of which are right up on the head, like you see on both of them. We've got a lot of green ones, so we've got lots of connecting ones all over the center there. As for another con, the heels on these are left. At least you've got a bit of a consistent down there that tends to box. But that is it.
Lihat stream sendiri.
But as you're considering that your fingers are ridiculously unique suits. After 4 both of these are
Lihat dia nonton live stream sendiri.
Golden experience review. The bigger painting on the other side is a little bit more of a defensive unit. We've got a big, massive cannon, as well as one of the coolest summon shields I've ever seen. It does have quite a few green stickers on it, but it has some cool gimmicks. It can spread out and focus out in a really cool way. Overall, the quality of this kit is top-notch as you expect. The amount of layering and separation may not be as fancy as what we're going to see later on, but as far as high-grade flow, it is spectacular. The posability, the overall structure of the finished model kit as well are top-notch for both of these. Looking finger-licking good in the 16th position is the Gundam River Storm, the first of the River Swing. So I'm going to get it right out of the way straight away because someone's going to ask in the comments at some point, what is with the River? That's just basically pronounced like that in Japanese. I watched it in Japanese, and that's it. Really. There's never been any real explanation for why Fortnite exists, so until there is, I'm sticking with Rivers. Visually, this is one of the most unique-looking Gundams around. It's so small, and essentially does look like a chicken. It's got chicken legs, long arms like wings, and it is a toasty, deliciously
Itu unitnya ini. Ya, The Witch. Tapi dia ini gun beatnya itu pakai drone-nya itu kan unit mobil itu kan. Jadi di Wish from Mercury kan dia kan pakai panel gitu, kayak jenis drone. Nah, biasanya kalau drone-nya itu dari part-part.
Ini normal
maksudnya. Ini udah lewat sih Pak kayaknya.
udah lewat.
Video udah ada video. Begitu. Oh ini khusus series The Witch top 20.
When it comes to Gundam, the high-grade G20 is like absolutely nothing we've ever seen before. This is the for absolutely fantastic reasons, and sadly, a couple of negative ones. But of course, I'm going to talk about the good parts. It looks phenomenal.
Oh, ada dua opsi. Yang satu yang gini, ya,
dirubah
opsi 4.
dari kepala berarti.
Bukan mekanikal yang bisa nekuk gitu.
Kepalanya dua apa tanduknya dua?
Tanduknya aja. Enggak, kepalanya.
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 Dapat dua kepala.
Ada 2 kepala.
Wah, asik. Salahnya buat kamu.
Nah, itu yang betul.
Oh, benar mekanisme ya.
Enggak. Yang mekanisme
Nunggu berarti. Dikeluarin sama apa?
kalau yang metal build kayaknya mekanisme kayaknya.
Metal build.
Metal build. Kalau yang metal build udah keluar yang secondary ya, yang
Oh,
red
yang
Gundam,
warna
secondary Gundamnya. Yang red Gundam.
Warna Gundamnya.
Ini mobile suit yang lain gitu.
Kok ngeliatin dong?
Ini katerku ya. Ini permu. Sih apa sih sebenarnya.
Anyway, overall, it is fantastic. I would say right here what it is actually right, but 2025 for me is a brand new system. It's really bad to the end. Anyway, let's get right into it. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. Today I'm taking a look at the high-grade Gundam. It doesn't say Gundam there anywhere. But yeah, this right here is the high-grade
bukan Gundam.
from the anime of the exact same name. As usual, I got this right here from those awesome people over at Hobby Japan, so link is down there in the description. Now, inside of this box right here, we've got what isn't really that much plastic. We've got 6 runners for actually building the Gundam itself, which what I can only say is ridiculous considering how detailed this is up. And 1 runner then for the brand new being affected here. Sadly though, we do have 2 pieces of stickers in here, which takes over the build a little bit if you let it. However, I will touch back on that in a bit when I'm talking about the setting. And you see right here, this is where I do have the actual build portion of the video. But now, every now and then I'm going to do a build night over on the Discord and Patreon. So that's exactly where I built it. Basically, it's a bit of a hangout with the building of kits. So that means we don't have any actual footage for the review. So jumping right on into the aesthetics. So now right there is the finished kit out of box with nothing done at all. I didn't handwrite anything. And that's one thing I'd almost mention. This kit doesn't rely on handlines much at all. This kit doesn't do, well, much of what Gunpla does at all. So yeah, when it comes to high-grade Gunpla, or just Gunpla in general, this is so unique I don't even know where to start. I kind of feel like I just need to kind of dive in somewhat randomly and just start picking away at it like that. First off, if you take the overall impression of it, this looks like nothing we've ever seen before. The color combination does, of course, have the blue, red, white, and yellow that you get on a Gundam usually, but the blue is a little bit more subdued. The color placement is like nothing we've ever seen before at all, and even though it does have the standard color scheme, it's not in the usual places. So first off, getting into multiple different lights, because the studio light can always make things look one kind of particular way, so we get it into some different varying lights around the place as well as outside. Again, overall, the colors on this are incredibly nice. Out of box, again, I've used only a couple of stickers. And honestly, I wouldn't
Inner
have noticed.
enggak sih, harusnya. Cuman join-joinnya tuh
So yeah, because this kit right here is just so
belum pernah dipakai di Gunpla lain.
Emang di animenya gitu?
Iya.
Ini.
Emang gitu.
Emang gitu.
Itu kayak joinnya baru.
Serving up a little bit of Gundam Dantalion and somewhat a little bit of a Gundam frame kind of feel as well, which I guess is Gundam Dantalion. All those little bits of plastic you see in there, the yellow, the gray, the red, those are all
Ada kok, nggak langkah-langkah.
for separation here and there, but overall, ridiculously impressive. The same goes for when we blast out the torso right here, so lots of parts that build up on each other very, very nicely. The cockpit section looking incredible, some nice geometry and color separation. Inside of one of the armpits right there, that is one of the most unique joints I've ever seen. It's a hinge inside the body, nicely designed. Moving now down to the waist unit, which has a really kind of skeletal, pelvic kind of look to it. Again, color separation all over the place. That red is color separated, the geometry is very nice. And around back we do have 2 little attachment points for attaching on some of the accessories. The arms in here are incredible. That red section you're seeing right there up top, that is color separated. So that is a big square of red plastic in there. The joints are single jointed, but they work extremely nicely. And for me, the most impressive aspect are the shoulders. These are beyond beautiful. Sandwiched up super nicely in gray and white plastic. We do have a little bit of a pen lining opportunity right there with those little circles. And we do have some incredible nice gray in there. However, it is most definitely the legs that complete these shoulders. Just so much going on in things. From these armored bumper sections right here, it just seems so functional. These red details inside the thigh, not sure if this is part of the propulsion system or some kind of hydraulics or something like that, but it's a nice design. And so many aspects of this design are ridiculously deliberate. So you can actually see into the kind of guts of the thruster for the foot section. This is just inside the truss areas here, lightly armored all the way around. Now, no matter what way I put you at these, I feel like
Ayo mah ada nipper lagi pak.
the got the body section nicely inside of that, and you can pretty much see through the leg to the other side.
Oh ini nih, aku ada gunting kubuan.
Then the actual bottoms on the feet of these are a rougher 8 feet with a deep, nice hollow
Nah,
inside those.
pakai gunting kubu
Bro, dulu orang
belum ada nih perlu ada ini. Inilah.
Lastly, then we do the backpack.
Perbaiki nih perku ini.
nggak bisa bro, buka dilas, masuk dilas.
Baterainya mana?
And this
Oh,
really
iya.
just holds this Gundam kit right here. It's all we have.
Tak tolek nih.
Iya sih kata lo.
Gue tak apa lagi nih.
All sunshine and roses because
Aku kadang ini tak tolek gini.
and we do also have this one right here.
Yeah,
It's a lot of stickers to make this kit good like it's the actual anime. So we do slightly hybrid side by side with the actual official art from the anime. You will see that there is quite a few parts missing. Essentially mainly in the yellow more than anything else. Now again, some of these are present on the sheet, but that isn't necessarily everything. Even including the actual face stripe aspect, it is missing quite a bit. Some yellow detailing on the bumper sections on the thighs. Again, simple to put there, but it's not present. Some aspects of the shading and the detailing on the rear of the wrist guards. And one aspect that I would find a little bit hard to actually create, and that is missing quite a bit. And there are no stickers, no nothing for the various details of the details, which is quite
Lihat, itu cuma satu biji doang mata.
Anjir, keren ya.
Stikernya cuma satu doang ini.
Ini ya apa kasih
Makanya tadi itu yang tapi ini polos banget pak. Polos banget. Gosong.
Mati nggak ada merah hitam.
Right here, that is this little shiny green piece on the beacon. Something right here that happens to one of the cutest sticker, but it's mainly just for adding yellow pinstripe. 8, 9 get used to highlight it because they really have much benefits. There's also the cockpit. 10, also the cockpit. This one will be it. 11, also the cockpit section, another pinstripe. 12 and 13, purple foils for on the collarbone. 14 and 15 are interchangeable. 14 is a Pomeranian, 15 is a 16 and 17, these are the largest ones in here. These are actually for on the fuel tanks inside of the lower leg. 18 and 19 right there, those are the yellow sections for the bumpers on the section. And 31, those are for here on the wheels. And yeah, as you can see, these are all there are some aspects which are missing, like the yellow sections.
Terus rada ringan lah.
And finally, then we do have the sticker set. Red pinstripes and whatnot that are all over
Sorry.
the blocks. It's definitely a lot of nice.
Oh, ini loh.
Ini
apa ini? Oh, Jiu.
Okay, so on the side
Juga setempel malah.
high grade or essentially Surabaya, the real grade.
Bau-bau itu
High grade Gundam Mark II, high grade Gundam 0088, high grade Gundam XCI, high grade Gundam Valhalla, high grade Gundam EX, high grade
bau-bau ini gak ada
high
tempel.
grade Mighty Strike Freedom by Lumen's high grade Rising Freedom, high grade Gundam G Self, high grade Gundam Ariel,
Ini
and high grade
dari 2012.
overall for a Gundam, but it's a Gundam that might need a sandwich or two.
Senjata saya sama pak. Kok 2012? 2012 ya? Itu kan lebih lama. 2000 di bawah 2012. Ini 2020 lah. Ini 2012. Ini 2020. Kenapa ini kok 2012?
Yang paham karton pasti tahu kalau ini tuh bau otot banget. Untuk experience wangi yang mahal itu bisa dimulai dari kita mandi.
The accessories, and here's everything that comes with the high grade glass. So what we get here is basically a new take on the old sword for and rolled out with some extra too. When it comes to the beam sabers, actually, hold on a second. I'm just checking the manual right here. Usually where it says the names and descriptions of the various weapons and equipment at the bottom, it's blank as hell. This kit is being purposely built. Which makes sense. But anyway, let's just refer to them as a pair of nice beam sabers, a nice shield, and a very nice big rifle. Top of that, we've got the training section for the kit equivalent of a 4 fighter. We've got a default. We've got 2 optional hands. That's on top of the 2 I've had on the whole time, which are widespread. And finally, we do have an alternate head with that just has another 3 glows. I got this with the alternate parts, not a full head. So that's a super bonus. So before I actually talk about the accessories that come inside the box of the G-Class right here, I'm going to touch briefly on the compatibility with the kit. When it comes to the high-grade line, usually we've got the same backpack adapters across the line, the same hands. Sometimes, depending on the line, we've got exactly the same legs to the legs, all in the name of shared compatibility across the high-grade. Kind of the shit when it comes to high-grade. Like the game Thunderbreaker, put your favorite bits together. But when it does come to the G-Class right here, this is done away with a lot of that compatibility. For example, if you do top off the backpack round back, instead of having that twin point backpack adapter we usually see, it's just a single peg. And it's a peg pointed out the way, not even a peg pointed in the way, which means currently there are no standard adapters. This then does continue on to some of the other aspects. For example, the peg holding shoulders are not like
Oh, no, kuning ya?
the last 2 lines. We've got ridiculously cool but completely new hip joints in this thing too. So overall, this probably will be compatible with its own head, just not so much with anything else that's out there. But on to what's in the box. So first up, onto the hands of these are the ones that have been attached on the whole time. Very nicely detailed. There is the palm, looking nice around back as well. These are the timber left style of widespread hands, so not too dynamic. But the weirdest thing with the hands of this kit is that right there looks like a hinge. Like you should have a hinge. There is no hinge. That is just molded in there. So it's a little bit of a. It's a swapping them out is the usual way. It just pops out like so. And the alternate hands are your usual kind of high grade sandwich lock full hands like this. And this means you want those holding hands can hold onto. This is this kit's answer to the beam saver. Now we've been seeing the same old beam for years. This has definitely shaken it up. That handle in here is quite nice. A lot of detail on it, but the actual line out to this particular bundle, there is meant to be some colors on here, so that you'll have to add yourself. The beam is very nice. It's vigorous. It's got no shot fit though, so no, you know, you're not gonna put out your eye. But it does have a very nice, almost thorough coating on it. The shade of green is very nice. So getting these into the hand is the usual sandwich routine. These are the ham, and both sides you can use hand are the sandwich, or should I say the bread. So you just make a sandwich out of these, they locked in perfectly. I did try doing this reverse flip as well, because that's what we do on here to make it both. Yes, it can. These hold in the hand very, very well. I just trying to get this into a little bit of a pose jump. That's so this pose is like a figure. It locks
Itu yang saya cari. Ada 2. Ada yang part yang kayak gini, plastik, di
So when these items just pop them out of the hands like so, pop them
Cuman itu cuma ada di revive. Pikir
so,
ini origin.
stored around the box.
Awalnya.
Just
Aku
like
ngira
this
nih
on the tank. It's all nice.
origin tuh ya. Ternyata sing iki.
Iya mobilitasnya kan
Off
bensor
the
Yeah.
ground and into the air. Now, there
Sampai
is no included sound
search.
tip. What I'm going to do is right here with these
tapi kan ini
Sony
but pretty much any sound
Yeah.
option with a 3mm
red
tank.
120 red.
Just super cheap. Three for
Ini
about
tak
a
itu.
tenner, and they have
Ya,
this
piro,
small
kayak-
Bentar.
Kayak nggak tahu aku.
Bentar.
Tergantung dia nih.
Harga aslinya tuh 1.600 kena PT. Itu rate yang tergolong aman. Kayak di atasnya 1,5 rating. 1,5 ku ini 29-an. Itu 1,5.
Yellow and gray.
300 itu wis ngawur sih. Tapi ono sih motor 200. Enggak, iki reseller. Tapi toko Pontianak.
almost look like slots in both things. Anyway,
Ora sing copot.
so getting this attached once again, if it sandwich this into
Wow,
a sandwich style, it does that really, really simple. Pop that on and it holds onto it perfectly. And I
Join,
can't stress
join paha.
enough just how
Iya.
figurey this bottle kit is. It falls into totally
Join paha.
It's simple but
Dah, ono maneh.
nothing too loose, too tight. It all
Bukan.
just works out great.
Ini
I just did that in 2 seconds. I didn't have to turn off the
Kayak
camera.
runner
That
itu.
is the
Runner
pose that I
itu.
got. Happy about it. It looks great. Feels fantastic. So that's what there's a really tough to do now. This is very unique when it comes to golf body. It's curved.
Itu sing
Detail of the little detail aspects as you analyze all of that stuff right there. The handle section is just this little bit right here that's attached via a ball joint, and that attaches onto this aspect of the wrist, which actually moves around on its own. So this is articulated in its own right, so that does mean once you've got that shield on there attached like so, it can still rotate around the arm, even though there's nothing really in the shield itself to do that. That is very, very nice. So next up in here, we've got the alternate heads. On the left, we've got the standard head, the Gundam style head we've seen in the whole review, and on the right, we do have that more almost like A-gun looking head, which is the close-up version. Both look absolutely phenomenal, and for the rest,
Oh,
they're
itu loh,
really the
nomor 4.
version
Iya.
on, so you can see it in some more poses and
Bahaya.
stuff. Swapping it out just involves grabbing it, pulling it off like so, and I'm actually glad that it is a full alternate head, not swappable parts. It's something Bandai's been doing
Oh, gini,
once or
gini,
twice
gini.
lately, which
Ini
which I do
sing watching mau
greatly
kantor
appreciate.
ndi kok.
iki lah.
So next up in here is this little segment, which when this was released, I had no idea what it is, but now we see what it is. It's
Gak apa-apa lah
a
ini.
cockpit
Ini kan malah
for
lebih
fun.
enak
So
malah.
basically, you just take a backpack here, which actually can rotate.
Bukan pub.
Access.
Itu yang
You
masalah.
pop it off just like so. There's a hole in the end here. You pop that into it just
Kayak
like
apa ya?
so. On the bottom, we do have a little attachment. If you want to attach that
Wadah, ini
onto an action base, just like that. And there you go. That's what it looks like.
Ini
Now, we'll mention first off, this is not color accurate, just like a top.
plastik kan memang.
So we are
Mau
missing
ada
some colors, some white
kan
sections,
ikut itu.
some metallic blue on those
Tiga terus
sections.
wong.
And what it should actually look like is this
Oh.
right here. So as you can see, the engine sections around back,
Oh, yeah.
the central aspect, actually pretty much all of it is heavily colored,
Vivi ini tak hilang.
which does seem to be a
Iya,
bit of an issue.
jadi mirip.
Okay.
Vivi ini
So
tadi
finally,
kayak
I'm blasting on into the
lukis
articulation
yang
and
biasa.
starting off with the pose, and then I'll talk about, well,
Tak copot
just
Vivi
how
ini.
unique this is. So getting this into the usual pose is so fluid. It's not the fastest I've ever done it. Again, Bandai has managed to make this kit feel like an action figure. It just sinks down perfectly. The knee bend, the ankles are fantastic, the ab crunch amazing, arms amazing, neck amazing, everything is perfect. And this right here is what we get in the end. I mean, absolutely everything about the way it's pulled off this pose is just incredible. Even its center of gravity is so perfect and it just holds up so nicely. This is absolutely incredible. But anyway, on to each of the joints, and pretty quickly too. So anyway, as usual, we're going to be starting from the head down. First up, we do have a giggity, giggity, giggity goo, and quite long. So it is a ball joint down bottom, hinge up top, so it can look up and down a lot. As you see,
Oh,
the
lihat
actual
Joby.
joint is like a more
Aku seneng sih untuk Joby.
which is
Joby Duhong.
absolutely incredible. Next up, when it comes to the arms and shoulders, is a joint inside of the
Joby. Clear. Joby. Clear. Evangelion.
I'm a little shabby and why? So damn.
Sumpah sih aku. Ini kan cewek ini. Ini kan cewek. Ibunya Cindy.
Let's open this thing up and find out why. It's definitely not because of the price. This somewhat plain
Ada subtitlenya.
favorite Asian alien figures. Let's open this thing up and find out why. It's definitely not because of the price. This somewhat plain cardboard
Ini
box
filter prank, tapi dia nge-review mainan.
open it up and that's the art that should have been in the sun. And right out of the box you look some assembly is required.
Dapat wali apa?
Aduh. Aduh.
Iya.
Maksudnya kan ngono.
Olahraga ya. Habis itu jangan lupa toppingnya.
Ayo. Maret ini kita pas poson berarti.
Yo iki.
Is the sponsor of this video. I was a dropper second that allowed you to block ads and
Nek gak lulus duit kembali. Gak iso. Masuk undang-undang itu.
do see ads, I will pay you
There's
for it.
something inside you.
After you opt in, which why the hell wouldn't you? I will give you rewards for certain ads that you see. Ads that
Enggak, tadi ini cuma kafe yang ada no olahraga ben sok tadi.
So go to pi.org/.
Iya.
Dia bilang anu itu senam. Bukan.
Jangan sama Cesar.
Aduh. Asik. E-sport ada. E-sport.
Olahraga modeling. Ini ya Jurassic Park baru kan?
Super Fantastic World.
Ini kan ini si siapa? Black Widow.
Iya.
Bukan aslinya nama
Emma
Scarlett
Johansson.
Lah ini Hugh Jackman. Bukan ya? Oh, bukan. Lalalala kayak jelly.
Jadi iki nganu anjir. Super Fantastic World anjir telu-telune metu.
Iya. Jamur, kayak jamur. Digundam dapat jamur.
Goreng ya.
Otak.
Goreng tepung. Goreng lagi. Sebelum ibu itu. Dengan alternatifnya. Saiki iklan.
Skip.
This is a radical redesign of the iconic Evangelion Unit 1, but she's not from the anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion. No, she's from the rebuild of Evangelion movie quadrilogy. This design is
Kok ngono?
Anima, which is a light novel, whatever that is. I'm sure this design
Kok ngono
got a
bentuknya?
cool crazy lore. It's just too bad I can't
Yeah.
read. Check out the decals here, neatly printed and super clean. That high level of detail is apparent throughout the whole figure. You can easily say the painting is sculpting on the figure is amazing. This is the perfect blend of mechanical and organic design elements, which is fitting because of what Evangelions actually are. The impressive mechanical detail here evokes the appearance of biological anatomy, which includes sinewy musculature that actually shifts around as we move the joints. Pussy bone confirmed. We'll see more shifting parts during the ability, but for now,
Ototik enggak ya tapi.
Hips are objectively undeniable. This is completely accurate to the source material. Her boomness would be easier to ignore. Even have some straight up hierioic, which if you don't know, is what you call that bit of bare skin between a skirt and thigh high. Guess what that hierioic means? Absolute territory.
ATV.
I know some of you find my appreciation for the female form annoying. I also
Iki setan transformer. Ono setan Gundam. Gundam Ghost. Maksudnya nek ngucapne kata Gundam maksud. Ono warning e.
Jimmy kan salah.
The head design hasn't been fanboy sissified. It looks exactly like the one with Unit 1, with some slight changes. Even features some detailed human teeth, which any good Unit 1 figure should have. And the eyes are colored with this bright metallic paint that makes them shine in the right lighting, which isn't exactly necessary because you get this tool, got a magnet in the middle, get the backpack out of the way, magnetize the tool here, which I check to see.
Oh, baterai.
Batteries are
Bukan pilot
Baterai
ada
itu.
sini. Ada senji.
And I'm sure you can see where this is going. Take
Asik,
the same
kayaknya
tool
masuk.
and bring it to her GFC.
Ono iki nih. Apa jenenge?
Tap
Entry plug.
the chest, the eyes, even the inside of her mouth are lit up spectacularly. And as much as I'd like to display her like this until the batteries burn out, it shuts off automatically after 5 minutes, but that's more than enough time to get some cool pics. Tap the chest again, and now the light pulses very slowly. This is typically how slowly women breathe when they're around me. And you tap it one more time to turn it off. A light-up feature isn't necessary for a figure to be good, but I kept it on. This made the price tag a little less painful. What also made it easier to coat is all the accessories that you get. That's a lot of plastic bullshit. Let's start with all these hands, 6 pairs in total. They're all labeled by letter in the instructions and in real life for your convenience. This is hand D if you can't tell. Switching them out is as simple as pulling on them, not hard at all. So you get a pair of open hands, pair of fists, relaxed hands, and 3 grabby hands with various levels of grip, which of course allows her to grip things. I'd recommend heating up the hands a tiny bit, makes the fingers a bit more flexible. But anyway, use hand D to hold the classic aggressive knife, which she uses to lose an election. You can't store it in her shoulder pylons like other Unit 1, but you do get a sheath, which is a bit of a tight fit. And that can magnetize onto the pallet rifle, another iconic Ava armament. And F on the trigger and E on the shaft allows her to double hand the rifle, which is great. And the rest of her weapons are anima exclusive. I've never seen the last of Lucretius in my life. Damn, that's wrong.
Akan solusi seperti pelang kasar dan kusam. Biar bright white scrap dengan gray bening material scrap gardenia sinemite, kulit tampak cerah merata dan terasa halus. Extra action, extra tampak cerah.
Ketika tubuh membutuhkan cairan secara cepat, elektrolit dan karbohidrat yang hilang perlu digantikan. Dan sistem kekebalan tubuh harus diperkuat dengan Gosong water atau orange water, minuman isotonik kulit dengan 1000 mg vitamin C.
It's got a subtly beautiful blue sheen to it, and what appears to be runic inscriptions. I'm sure this thing is the center of some cryptic Christian bullshit. Typical Ava things. This game's packaged in 3 parts, by the way, which just makes it easier to get hand C to grab onto it, and that looks just as mythical as the Lance of Longina. This big-ass sword. It's also a weapon I've never seen before, and according to the instructions, it's called the Bizenosautrine. Oh, hey, just like Henry. As long as it's a fictional language. Grab the hilt with hand D and the handle with hand C, and that's it! This one's super sick. You get another slightly shorter sword, the Magoroku, which is a bit difficult to unsheath if your pull-out game weak. Hold that with hand D and hand C, very cool. Or have her epic dual wield, which is and if these weapons aren't in use, you can remove these small panels on her thighs. Always a pleasure to be here. And these little pieces don't go anywhere. Bring in these die-cast metal struts, quite hefty and cold, and that just plugs right into the thigh, and you just slide in the Magoroku. As for the pieces, attach this clamp, plug in the handle, and insert the whole thing into the other die-cast metal strut. But that's not all. On the backpack, lift up this green cap, raise this part on the rifle, and slide that right in, which is how you get full weapon storage. Both of the hip struts even have a hinge-strong swivel, so you can adjust them any way you'd like. As for the lance, you can't store it anywhere besides your hand. Would have been nice if you could store the lance, the hand, and any other extra bits on this included base, which looks great, nice and shiny. Maybe a bit too shiny, you can see some scratches there. Take your cradle of choice, depends on what angle you want her to be at. Attach that to the die-cast metal rod of your choice, long or short, and then choose what base you want to stick that onto. You get a static and adjustable one. I'm going with adjustable, and you can adjust it by removing this key part and getting it into any of these fixed positions indicated by these keys. Unplug it, adjust it, plug it back in, unplug it, adjust it, plug it back in. You should get the point by now. Really could have just been a ratchet joint. Whatever position you decide, plug that key back in. And either of these bases attaches to the main platform, flip the whole thing over, and lock it into place. Pretty solid connection, which should give you confidence about putting it around. This is a really nice base, and it allows for a ton of display options that I peppered throughout this whole video, which I'm sure has thoroughly showcased how amazing this figure looks. But as we all know, looks can only get a figure so far. Well, I'm glad to report that this figure feels just as good to play with. The full die-cast metal skeleton gives her a satisfying heft, and the friction joints are smooth and tight. There was nothing that I felt needed loosening or tightening. I mean, yes, I could always use some ratchet joints in some areas, but that's just personal preference. And while her glossy paint job is quite durable, I still recommend some level of caution as to not chip or stain the figure with your handy grease washer. And in the unlikely event that something detaches, it's actually should be able to reattach. All of that is to say, this figure is very fun to pose. Ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel, although it's pretty tight. I wouldn't recommend going too crazy with it. Her cheeks are on the right under the head and the base of the neck. The backpack arms are articulated with the shoulders just this tiny hinge run out of the way. Ball joint inside the shoulder, which also allows a butterfly joint. Description there, very nice. Rotation at the shoulders. That's how to get to the wind, but you can get a full 360. Careful with this armor bit. Think if it's actually clash with all the other armor bits. Arm moves bicep swivel, double bend at the elbows. Shifting armor there. There's a slight swivel at the cuff, which also moves this piece of armor. Hinge joint here, super loose. That could actually be some tightening. Ball joint at the wrist, and every ball joint at the each of these torso segments has that hinge joint, which allows for an incredible front setup. Pretty good arch. Although I wish we could fill it back even more. Swivel at the chest, slight side to side. Swivel at the waist, which has a lot of side to side. Ball joint at these hip guards, which look really tiny. Be careful with that. And ball joint at these tiny side skirts. There's a hinge joint at the crotch armor that allows it to boing. Slight side to side of the crotch armor, which allows it to get out of the way of the all-important beautiful rotation. It's getting higher with some adjusting. Not quite a 360 because the front armor gets in the way, but the leg can move back that far. She's got a beautiful spread. Again, these vents actually billow out, which just serves to make her even thicker. Fairly tight thigh swivel. Another thigh swivel right at the end of the heptioid double bend at the knee, which has quite a bit of shifting parts. Figures that they would take.
Alat-alatnya kayak gini ya.
Spring-loaded panel behind the knee and a spring-loaded panel at the calf, which, if you know,
Kan kalau mau pakai ini per,
it's kind of hard to see the effect on camera, but in real life, this looks extremely natural. Insert at the back of the ankle, ball joint at this tiny armor piece, which gets it out of the way for an ankle swivel. Insert at the ankle, ball joint here, a very nice toe bend, and a beautiful ankle pivot. Posability here is amazing. How do you think we got those great displays with the weapons? The size is also amazing. Not as big as you'd expect from the size of the box, but a formidable figure in her own right. Needless to say. My previous review, the Transart Dinosaur knocked out about 2, and a few of my previous Ava Unit 1 figures. Now, before I give this figure the score that you're expecting, there's a whole set of accessories that I haven't even covered yet, which is as good of an excuse as any to say the road for free gas. This is my first non-transforming figure in a while when we have this.
Mainstream. Nek di kelas ya apa ya? Apa sih melaku ya? Enggak ya, kayak
Destroyed
di
into the
kelas.
paint plant to keep the chest from falling backwards due to the weight of the wings. Now, that's not that big of an issue. And here we have the wings of light,
Ntar
famously
itu.
featured in the Evangelion
Mainstream.
intro and the end of Abram. Just why? Not only